First time I picked up a racket, I don't really remember exactly that moment, but I mean, we started playing here at Dunblane Sports Club when Andy was 3, I was 4. My mum was like the club coach here, and you know, we would come over when she was doing lessons and stuff and kind of run around the back of the court while she did the lessons with the older kids. And I guess at some point we picked up the racket and started to play, and I fell in love with tennis probably because the fact that I was quite good at it from a young age, and I think kids quite like doing things that they're good at. You know, we played tournaments here, and then we started to play it in the region, and then we started to play nationally, and yeah, it just kind of like snowballed from there until it became like something pretty serious for us. You know, there would have been no one really taking bets that, you know, me or Andy were going to go on and have the careers that we had in tennis. No one would have bet on that. Our whole family, you know, our mum and dad, our grandparents as well, you know, made a lot of sacrifices to kind of make sure we had the opportunities that we needed to kind of develop our tennis. And, you know, it was a big sort of family effort to ensure that we could do what we wanted to do when it came to our tennis.
He pretty much tried everything when he was small, but because I was coaching around here at the club as a volunteer, he and Andy spent a lot of time here, and we had so many older children in the club who were very happy to play tennis, table tennis, water bomb fights, football in the park, take them to feed the ducks. So they grew up in this very safe, fun community, and probably as a result of that fell in love with the sport.
Me and Jamie in the living room, we'd set up like a mini tennis court at home with some of our trophies for the net, so the highest ones were at the edge getting down to the smallest ones. We called the game touche. It's like sort of touch but in a sort of French accent, so you weren't allowed to hit the ball hard. It's obviously quite a small room. And we'd play against each other in there. We'd sort of play with soft balls and mini rackets. And we just used to play everything together, like just all sports and activities and stuff, whether that was like, you know, computer games or going and playing golf with each other or silly games in the house like that. I think he's got a good heart. I think that he's a good person. For me anyway, as a brother, I know he's always wanted what's best for me, and I don't think that he has sort of shirked away from telling me what he felt, even if it's maybe not something that I always wanted to hear. But I know it was always coming from the right place with my best interests at heart.
Great playmates and great rivals. Yeah, I think they were just typical brothers.
So they used to come down and play against each other until they started fighting, and then they would come up to our house, which is just up here on the second tee of the golf course, and they'd say, Grandpa, will you come down and play with us because Jamie's doing this and Andy would, you know, Andy's doing that. So we used to come down and play with them, and Andy would always say, I'll play with Grandpa, because Grandpa of course was the better of the two, so poor Jamie used to get landed with me. But we used to play until they got too good, and then they decided they didn't need us anymore. Jamie's really very good-natured, he's very caring, always, you know, inquiring how we are health-wise and all this kind of thing. Jamie needs a lot of feeding. At 6'4", there's a lot of him to feed.
I mean, I love growing up in Dunblane. Yeah, it was a good place to grow up, like safe. I mean, we had like loads of friends. We used to go to like Peter Meldrum's newsagent after, you know, get our penny sweets and stuff, and then walk home. I mean, it's not like the high street's like a bustling place full of activity, but I guess it was just our high street, and that's where we came down and got what we needed and moved on back to the tennis courts or the golf course or going back home. I mean, I really liked it. I think I had a really happy sort of childhood. Yeah. So we're here at Dunblane Golf Club, which is next door to the tennis club, where I spent loads of my, teenage years, let's say. Like my uncle and aunt played, my grandparents played, and my dad played. And I mean, me and my dad, we'd come out, even if we didn't play like 18 holes, we'd come out and play 5-6 holes in the evening or whatever you want, like after work, after he made dinner and everything for us, we'd get out and play a bit. And yeah, I just loved it. I loved the challenge of it. Like a lot of my friends did it, my family as well, so it was, so it was something to like bond over with them, yeah.
Me and Jamie never would have expected to play, you know, in the biggest competitions in tennis together. Yeah, it's just amazing that we've had the opportunity to do that and share it with each other. Hopefully we'll have a few more years of getting to do that together, but it's been brilliant, and I'm glad that he's had, you know, all of this success that he's had on the court. I'm his biggest fan, and yeah, hope he can have a few more good years at the top.
Every kid says they want to get to #1 in the world. For me to achieve it in doubles, in my discipline, in my sport, if you like, you know, that was a really proud moment for me. I think, you know, people can win a Grand Slam or they can win a big tournament where they, you know, they play well for a week, but I think to get to #1 you have to be consistent for those 52 weeks, and to do that in the individual rankings was really cool. To do it with Bruno as well in the team rankings after the great year we had in 2016, that was really nice as well. That was a nice moment for us, for all the kind of work and stuff we put in that year.
What will his legacy be when he finishes? I think he'll probably go down as one of the best doubles players that the UK's ever had. I mean, he's number one doubles player in the world, which is an amazing accomplishment, and we'll have to wait and see, because he's still got some years left, and I'm sure he'll achieve more great things.